What's happening, people? I hope you can hear me. What's going on? We're doing another watch along today. It's not a Premier League game, it's a World Cup qualifier in an international game we're doing today. Obviously, I only do England games, I don't do any other international games. We support England. We are England fans here at the Armament Factory. So, um, unfortunately, I couldn't do the England Serbia game. It was a 2-0 win for England. Very straightforward, very standard. Obviously, England's quality outshone Serbia, which is very regular. It should be done like that. A team that England, or the players that England have, and the team that they have assembled should be beating teams like Serbia. However, in football, anything can happen. I've seen England lose against Iceland. Now, we've got about 8 minutes before the game starts. England, or I should say Albania versus England in Albania. It should be an exciting game. It should be a good game. Obviously, I got enough love and respect for my Albanian brothers and sisters. I hope they do well. I hope they can qualify for the World Cup. I believe they're sitting second in the group. Um, I think they're the only ones in the group other than England. Obviously, England's already qualified, but that actually has a chance to qualify. But we'll have a look into all of that. We will do the lineups in a minute, but let's just talk a little bit about England. So England under Thomas Tuchel, um, they haven't really been tested yet. That's the truth. That's the God honest truth, and that's what I believe. They need to be playing teams like Argentina, who are the World Cup champions. They've won the last World Cup, so they need to be tested against Argentina. They need to be tested against France, Spain, Brazil, those kind of nations. I mean, yeah, it's all good and well to play the nations around you to qualify, because at the end of the day, that's what you have to do. You can only play what's in front of you to qualify. It's just that all of these teams or all of these nations are not at the level England is. What I find surprising is that English fans, so obviously I'm not English, but I support England. This is my country, raised here. Um, Absolutely love it, love the nation, love the people. But I work with English people and I talk to English people all the time, and they're always so down about their country's national team. It's like maybe because of all the years of hurt that they just have given up on supporting them, or have just given up on being confident in how they play or how they can play or whether they win or not. So that's all I'm hearing from them is like, oh, no, they're not going to win. They're not going to do nothing. They're rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. Not to me. I think that England has a fantastic squad, or able to um, put together a fantastic squad. There's players that are not even in the squad right now that I believe deserve to be in the squad, that I think will be a great addition to the squad, but we could talk about that a little bit later on. The players are in the tunnel now, but I must say, guys, I have a good feeling about this England squad. Not this one against Albania, sorry, but I mean, like, in general for the World Cup, the players that are going to become available. Hopefully, nobody gets injured. Hopefully, they can maintain their form. They can even improve on their form. But I believe that the English players that are available are at a very high pedigree, and I think they can put together an amazing, unbelievable, and a squad that will challenge for the World Cup, and hopefully following that the European Cup as well. Now the players are coming out of the tunnel. We're gonna do the lineups in a minute. This is being played in Albania, so there won't be a lot of England support there. I doubt it. I mean, there is some. I can see a few, but Albania playing at home are usually quite strong. They have a strong support at home. So let's see what England can do in these pressure cooking stadiums, where the pressure will be on them, and the opposition fans will get on their case. Now, a quick thing that I want to talk about, quick side note, which has nothing to do with this game. However, being an Arsenal fan, I have some bad news, guys. Two of our players have been injured during the international break. Two very important players. So Gabriel Magalhaes has come off after an hour playing for Brazil against Senegal at the Emirates Stadium as well. So he's gone off, and hopefully it's not too serious. But apparently it's muscular groin injury. Um, we have Tottenham coming up on the weekend, so it's not great. It's very unfortunate. So Gabriel's is going to come back injured, and also Riccardo Calafiori for Italy is also gotten injured, and also will come back to Arsenal injured. Now, I don't know the extent of the injury. I don't know how serious it is. Hopefully, it's not too serious. Hopefully, it's minor injuries. But I must say, it's looking very, 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 very bad for Arsenal at the moment. I highly doubt that we will win the league this season, purely on the fact that I've never seen a team or a club, no matter how strong their squad is, have this many injuries, and serious injuries, long period injuries, and actually win the league. I've never seen it. I could be wrong. But it's making me be very doubtful. It's making Arsenal be even lower in the pecking order regarding being favourites. Just because we're having a great start to the season doesn't mean anything. I've seen us be 10 points ahead at this stage, and then somehow still throw it away. So, and we had a stronger squad then with less injuries. We might have had just the one injury that season, and that was Saliba. Um, and although obviously it didn't help, we only lost the league by 1 point, but it was just to our own self um capitulation, in a sense that we just shot ourselves in the foot, kept on drawing games, losing games ridiculously. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Arsenal. I just wanted to give you that as a quick side note. So we will do a small short video about that when we talk about how Arsenal have about 7 or 8 injuries. And I want you guys to tell me which club has ever won the league with that many injuries, some of them being very serious injuries. Um, yeah, let's leave it at that because the game is about to start. They haven't shown us the lineups yet. I'm just waiting for it, guys, so we can see. Obviously, Harry Kane's in the squad. Um, Declan Rice, Pickford goal. This is the regular players for England. I'm hoping we see some of the other Arsenal players get arrested and not be played that much. England's already qualified, and England's squad has a lot of Arsenal players in it, from Saka to Rice to Eze, um, a few others that haven't been chosen, but might still even make it to the World Cup as well. So I believe that the squad that will be taken to um, America will feature a lot of Arsenal players. Obviously, the season will be done by then, but regardless, I hope they will get rested. I hope Declan Rice gets rested and doesn't get injured, because after this international, it's really going to become crunch time in the Premier League, because end of November, December, January is really the peak times. Because after January, it will kind of show, pardon me, it will show who is actually the front runner and more so the favorite. And don't be surprised if Man City are sitting at the top of the league at Christmas. We've sat at the top of the league at Christmas and still lost it. We actually broke that record, because before us doing that, being at the top at Christmas, then still not winning it, the years before that, every single team that was top at Christmas ended up winning it. Again, we're the ones that broke that record. We didn't win it. So here's the lineup, guys. So Strakosha in goal for Albania, Ali G, Jimit City, Ismajli, Haisaj, Ramadani, Aslani, Lacey. Up front is Hoxha, Uzuni, and Bajrami. Now they're playing 4-3-3. Obviously, I'm not very familiar with their team, but they're playing 4-3-3. So England are playing 4-2-3-1. Henderson in goal this time. It's not Pickford. O'Reilly, Dan Burn, Stones, and Kwanzaa at the back. In front of them is Wharton from Crystal Palace, Rice, and then in front of them, I believe it was Eze, Harry Kane, and Saka. But it went too quick for me to see. I'm so sorry, guys. I will have a look as they start playing again. I can't be bothered to pull it up now. But yeah, we're about to kick off, guys. So let me get the time already. There we go. We have liftoff. Right. We have kicked off, guys, and here we go. Albania just about lost the ball. England's got it on the front foot, about to attack. Cross comes in for England. Eze in the box. Albania quickly clear it. It's a first England corner in the first 30 seconds. Great start from England. Putting Albania under pressure quickly within the first seconds. Hopefully that press keeps going. But look, Wharton is about to take the corner. I've never seen Wharton take a corner, really. Obviously, I've seen him play for Crystal Palace, but I don't follow Crystal Palace to have seen him that much. Let me look at his delivery, because I know Declan Rice is on the pitch. All they do is short corner. Ball comes to Eze. O'Reilly. Declan Rice. Puts the ball in the box. Cross comes in, but it goes out for an Albania goal kick. So Bellingham is playing. So there has been a lot made of the relationship between Bellingham and Thomas Tuchel, but I believe I heard Sean Custis. Was it Sean Custis or maybe one of the other journalists talking about how that's not actually true? There's no needle between them two. Thomas Tuchel is just the way he's managing England. It's very non-emotional, what's the word I'm looking for? He has no ties to any or loyalties, I should say, to any particular players. Obviously, he does favor Reece James as a right back, but then again, that is the correct call, because Reece James has been doing well. I've just seen him on the bench now, so Saka's not playing either. So who's playing up front? I didn't manage to see who's playing up front, guys. I'm gonna have to quickly have a look, because I see Bellingham and Harry Kane, because they're playing a 4-2-3-1. So hold on. O'Reilly passes it back to Stones. Dan Burn. Yeah, so Bowen. So Eze, Harry Kane, Bowen. So Bellingham, Wharton, Rice in midfield. So this is an interesting England team. So this, obviously, Henderson is not going to be the number one. It's Pickford. So it's just given Pickford a rest. Burn at right back instead of Reece James. Obviously, to give Reece James probably a rest. And then Kwanzaa instead of like Gay, he was obviously injured, didn't come in this squad. You've got Konsa as well, who didn't play. So Kwanzaa instead of Konsa. Stones obviously in for Gahey, who was injured, didn't come in the squad. O'Reilly. Eze, great ball from Eze. Oh, great one play from Eze, and I believe it was Declan Rice. Bellingham now on the right hand side. No, Kwanzaa, Bowen, Kwanzaa, Bellingham, Bowen, crosses it in. Albania just about clear it. Not far enough. Declan Rice shoots. Ooh. Albanian goalkeeper made a nice save. All right, so it's an interesting lineup for England, because obviously, like I said, this will not be England's first choice of lineup, other than Harry Kane, Eze, Rice, Bellingham. The others are all just to have a run out and look at. So Bowen, Wharton, O'Reilly, Kwanzaa, Burn, Henderson, all of them, I doubt they will all make it into the England squad come to the World Cup. Wharton possibly, Bowen possibly, Kwanzaa and Burn, I don't know. We'll see. O'Reilly definitely will be coming. Stones, yeah, possibly. All depending on who's injured and who's not. And we'll see closer to the time as well. But anyway. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not a huge fan of international games, to be honest with you. I think we play too many internationals. especially now with that whole nation league. I don't know if they're still playing it or not, but there's too many international breaks during the year. I think qualifiers should only be played the year before the World Cup, and at specific times to get them out of the way, instead of like constantly qualifies, friendlies, other competitions. It's too much, because that's how players get injured. That's how the leagues get affected. And it's just it gets really boring sometimes. Honestly, I'll be honest, because look, England, the teams that they're playing, they're not on their level. So they're easily going to qualify, which is that's not exciting. So it's not exciting international football. Once you know that England are going to qualify anyway, I believe they're even unbeaten in this group. I don't think anyone's beaten them, and they have the most goals. And these nations are just not on the level England's is on, but yet they've got to play them, and that causes issues for a lot of clubs, especially when you have a club like Arsenal that will have so many of their players in the national team. But when England play, I do watch. I do love watching England play. I do love the English players. I'm really hoping, you know, that they can win some silverware in the next few competitions coming up, because I think this generation of players and the way they play and the way their mentality is, this should really be considered the golden generation, because what they do consider the golden generation wasn't really the golden generation, because they didn't even like each other. They sat at separate tables. Their mentality was all wrong. England on the front foot attacking. Almost Declan Rice one on one with the goalkeeper. Unlucky. Keeper came out and took it off his feet. Great pass, though. I think it was Jared Bowen, wasn't it? No, Harry Kane. Harry Kane played a nice, cute little passing for Declan Rice. Couldn't get at the end of it. Keeper came out and got it. Yeah, I think this generation of players, we should really be calling them the golden generation, because there's so many great players. You can turn around and say, "Oh yeah, but there isn't really, Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard, or none." There is, but those players, they play differently from that particular generation. Because, like I said, that particular generation, the the loyalties they had to their club was more so than for England. Whereas then I believe Gareth Southgate started a culture at England and the national team that teaches these players that no, your loyalty should come to England first, then secondly to your team. Not meaning that you shouldn't have a strong loyalty towards your club, but it means that when you're together for England, take off your club hat and put on your England cap, because only then can you form into a team that genuinely challenges. So if you look at all the Brazil teams, all the France teams, all the Argentina teams that win, in the changing room, they're very close with each other. They have a tight bond. Um, Whereas in England and certain other nations always have some sort of needle rift, tension between each other because of the club competition and because they wear their club hat. So hopefully, what I'm hoping, Gareth Southgate change that mentality, change that culture. England on the front foot again. Bellingham, Bowen, Bellingham on the overlap. Bowen doesn't play it. He crosses it in. Albania get it and clear it, but only as far as Kwanzaa, sorry. Then Dan Burn plays it back to Kwanzaa, back to Dan Burn. O'Reilly on the left hand side. Wharton, Bellingham, Kwanzaa. Whereas in, I think, yeah, like I was saying, Gareth Southgate built a type of culture with these youngsters, um, uh, in a sense that they're way more together and play much better than I believe that England team played. Steven Gerrard, Wayne Rooney, a lot of them have come out and said it was really that they were just arrogant prima donnas that didn't do nothing for their country, when really and truly they could have done so much. Hopefully, this generation now is much more closer with each other. It's much more determined. It's much more hungrier. The way they play is much better. And now they've got a manager in Thomas Tuchel. Obviously, I'm not his greatest fan, to be honest with you. I never liked him at Chelsea. I never liked him at PSG. I liked him at Dortmund. But then again, at Dortmund, he kind of took over from Jurgen Klopp, wasn't it? Who, again, similar to Arne Slot, had already built a foundation at Dortmund that Thomas Tuchel just took over. But I could be wrong. You guys can correct me on that one. But he is a manager that has won things. He is a manager that has managed at top clubs, that knows the pressure of having big name players as part of the team. Gareth Southgate, before taking the England job, I think only managed Middlesbrough. Didn't do too bad at Middlesbrough, but didn't really have those superstars to deal with at Middlesbrough. Didn't really have those big name players, um, which he did at England. And Thomas Tuchel has been able to manage those kind of players, so knows how to deal with those kind of players, the elites. So I believe he's carried on that culture that Gareth Southgate started of being more closer, tighter with each other. And then on top of that, he has also hopefully brought a winning mentality. I know they lost against Senegal at home, which was terrible, really didn't look good. But hopefully that was just something they had to shake off, a quick loss and they had, pardon me, that they had to shake off. It was a friendly, it wasn't a qualifier or anything like that. So hopefully that was the case. Now, why have I got England 1-0? That was ridiculous. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure why it said 1-0 to England. I didn't press that. But yeah, still 0-0. But here we go. It looks like they might score now. Dan Burn obviously stepping up for the corner, being one of the tallest players, or if not the tallest player on the pitch. Wharton taking the corner again. Why is Declan Rice not taking it? Has he got better delivery than Declan Rice? Foul in the box. Referee gives it to Albania. Free kick to Albania. Apparently, Stones shoved one of the players in the back. Did he get a yellow card for it as well? Doesn't look like he got a yellow card for it, but yeah, Stones an Albanian player. To be honest with you, it looked like the Albanian player really dragged him down. Yeah, it's the Albanian player that was bear hugging Stones and then pulled him down. That should be a penalty, man. They're not gonna. I don't think there's any VAR in these international games, but if they would have that, that would have definitely been a penalty, man. I'm telling ya. I'm telling ya. Right, Strakoja. Boom. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this particular team. The lineup for England, don't know, I'm a bit skeptical, to be honest with you. I would have rather seen. But then again, I say that, and I don't really want the Arsenal players to play. I was about to say I want to see Saka, Reece James. I want to see the big boys play, but then again, you don't really want to. You want to give out the rest of the squad a run. We've already qualified. Um, Thomas Tuchel thinks that the second string team clearly has enough in its locker to defend. I think so. I think the whole squad. I think England should have at least two full teams. Two full teams, meaning that the first team that plays, and then they have a second team that can play against like the slightly weaker nations. But I believe they can literally have two teams that are as strong as each other, nearly as strong as each other. I think. Yellow card for Ramadani. I think winning a bit hard on the challenge. So we're coming up to 15 minutes so far. England on the front foot, doing most of the attacking. Henderson till now hasn't had to do nothing. Eze on the ball now. I just want them to score now because there's a lot of chances being created. Nothing's being finished. Declan Rice on the ball now. I had a feeling it will be one of these kind of games. I just want to see one game. I know they did it against, who was it? I think Wales, that friendly where they scored three in like the first 15, 20 minutes. We want to see more than of that. Ooh, pardon me. We want to see more of that, guys. We want to see more of England just, standing on the necks of these kind of nations to show the world that, look, listen, we mean business, man. Because you need to drive a little bit of fear into, ooh, England in the box. Declan Rice shoots. Deflection, but the referee says goal kick. Yeah, I feel like psychologically you want to strike a bit of fear into the heart of the other nations that are at the top that will be your competition. Like, when Brazil had those great teams, I remember in the friendlies and the qualifiers, they used to really kind of like brush teams aside and really just like, you know, not just beat them, but literally put their foot on their neck and, kind of like choke them and not allow them nothing. Because not necessarily because they were showing off or they wanted to hurt the other teams or anything like that. It was more to do with like just before the World Cup, let's strike fear, psychological fear into these other nations that when we have to play them, we have an edge over them because they've seen us play and they have a bit of worry, a bit of paranoia. They might start playing a little bit more conservative than they wanted to, and then that's when you got those teams, and then you're in their head, and that's what you need to do as well. A lot of parts of football is a lot of it is psychology, the mentality of the players, and how they feel, and how confident they are, and how worried they are. So Brazil used to always strike fear, which is exactly similar to what Albania on attack in England box. It's the first attack, but they still haven't done nothing to challenge Henderson in goal. He hasn't had to make one save, one stop, one nothing. But here England lose the ball. I believe that was Harry Kane. Just gave it to Albania. Now on the attack, Albania come and take a shot. Ooh, just over the crossbar. That was the first real chance Albania created. Really a half a chance because it didn't hit the target, went over. So, the first shot, but not on target. Oof, not far off the crossbar though. But yeah, you have to. That's what I mean. So, like teams like Brazil, like Man City used to do, the last sort of 3-4 years, like not last year, the years before that, the 3-4 years that they won title after title, those seasons teams were ridiculously scared of Man City because of the fear factor they put into the other players in the opposition's head. And that's what great teams do. So it's not about, okay, let me show off by beating this team 4-0, 5-0, blah, blah, blah. No, it's more of, so, okay, I'm going to lay this foundation. I'm going to create this fear inside the minds of my opposition so that when we face them, they have that already. They have already a bit of fear from us as the first ball gets kicked or as the first whistle gets blown. And that's very important. And that's really what I want to see England do, but they never do. They never do that. They never play to strike fear into the opposition's heart. They always play like, okay, let's just play to qualify and let's just play to make sure that we're in the competition rather than let's play to show the world that we're about to win this competition. It's never like that. It's always these, mediocre performances, weak performances. Like right now, look, we're 20 minutes in. We're playing against Albania. Now, I'm not saying, and there's no disrespect to Albania or the other teams, nations that England faced, but on paper, the players that England have, compared that to the players that Albania is putting on to play, like you're talking about elite Premier League players, most of them playing uh, in their first team, in their club's first team, as in they're always on the team sheet. Nobody that's playing for England is a bench warmer. Bowen, oof, Bowen ran to the byline, tried to cross it in, couldn't get it. It's gone back to Stones now. Dan Burn played all the way back to Henderson. Yeah, they always play this mediocre, weak type of football, like I'm seeing now. 20 minutes in against Albania, England should already be 1-0 up, if not 2-0 up. That's the truth when you're looking at the players on paper. When you're reading the names England have compared to the names Albania have, you know, it's a vast difference between the two. There is no comparison between the two. You're talking about a top Premier League elite against, like Albania as a nation. If you want to rank them in the English football leagues, are probably like a League Two side, a League One at max. So you're talking about elite Premier League players playing against elite League One, elite League Two players, and they're holding them to a 0-0 draw. Now that can happen in football. Like, look, Grimsby Town beat Man United, whatever. Things, upsets happen. I remember when Iceland beat England. Um, I remember when Luton beat Liverpool many years ago, which was a great upset. So things in football happen. But my point is, you want to be telling these players, no, go out there and try and get goals as soon as possible. Keep playing with this attitude of that we are bossing you, we're gonna little brother you. Here come England. God. Jared Bowen was asking for the ball from Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham has been off. Even the last game, I saw the highlights against Serbia. He's given a lot of balls away, missed passes. He looks like since he's come back from his injury, he looks like a whole different player. He doesn't look like the same player that we know Jude Bellingham to be. I mean, he's doing all right for Real Madrid. It's just that when I see him for England, it's just ridiculous. But he is probably the or one of the best players England have. So he will always come good eventually. Eze now. Declan Rice, unlucky. Tried to play in. Harry Kane couldn't. Gave it straight to the goalkeeper. Unlucky. But this is what I'm saying. It's like, to get back to the point I was talking about. England have to start striking fair in the rest of the world if they genuinely want to compete and genuinely want to win the World Cup. They need to be beating teams, especially teams like Serbia, Albania, by threes and fours and fives, um, because then it will make sense. Because when you beat Serbia 2-0, um, and it wasn't a convincing 2-0, it was just a 2-0 by any means. Like, let's just try and get a win. Um, when other nations look at that and then they look at England, they be like, when they struggled against Serbia, how are they going to play against Messi in Argentina? How are they going to play against an Mbappe in France? How are they going to play against a Zubamendi in Spain or whatever? You know what I mean? It's just you have to start striking fear in those nations there. The Spains, the France, the Argentinas, the Brazil. They got to turn around and be like, England, yo, that's gonna be a test. That's gonna be a challenge. But they look at England like, what? Struggled to beat Serbia. I must slap it on you. And by the way, just to let you know as well, England struggled against Senegal, lost against Senegal with their best team out, whereas in Brazil beat them comfortably. And Brazil were fielding players like Casemiro, who Jamie Carragher said must retire because the ball has left him apparently, and you must leave the pitch once the ball leaves you, or whatever, some nonsense like that. Scoring goals for Brazil in an international, surely going to get picked for the World Cup by Ancelotti. So that shows you what, ex-professional footballers who turn pundits actually believe. Now, anyway, having said all of that, my main point is that nobody fears England. and that's why they cannot win tournaments, or one of the many reasons why they don't win tournaments, because nobody worries about England. They'll be like, yeah, yeah, they got great players, but can't do nothing. They don't strike fear in anybody, and that's the whole point. You need to find out how Pep Guardiola did that, how he did it at Barcelona, how he did it at Man City. Where he gets them to play in such a way that the opposition is so fearful of playing them, and that's when you got them. Once you have them that worried, that scared, because they'll make mistakes. Even their finesse players, even their techer players, even their best of the best will not have their best game because everyone's in fear, everyone's worried. And no one has that for England at the moment. Everyone knows England has great players. Everyone knows they should be winning, but they also know that they're kittens and not a tiger. That's the problem with England. That's how other nations look at them. You guys are a bunch of cats. You're not the tigers that you're supposed to be. You're not the predators that you think you are. You're just a bunch of kittens. And that's worrying. And I hate that because I love England and I love supporting England and I love watching England. They produce some absolutely incredible football players, and even now they still do. And I think on paper they can beat anyone if they put on, really and truly, if they put on their strongest sides, and they're able to play with each other. So I'm talking about you including Foden, you're including Grealish, Bellingham, Saka, Eze, Kane. Then you have the defense of Gahey, Konsa. You got Miles Lewis Skelly as well. You've got Reece James. You got, like on paper, if you put everyone on paper, the best England has, somehow you mold it into a team that can function. They should be on, or they are on paper better than any other nation. I don't know any other country, maybe France, maybe Spain, not Brazil, not Argentina, none of them. They just, some of the European nations, but genuinely, I don't think anyone on paper has a better team than England, or better squad, I should say, than England. I doubt it. The fact that O'Reilly now is doing great at left back as well, which means more competition again, England, and the keeper saves it. I'm not talking much about the game because the game is very dry, guys. Nothing much is happening. It's not really that exciting. There's a lot of just missed passes and ricochets that are going here and there in the middle of the park. Fouls, stop-start game. Referee keeps on blowing his whistle as well. Albania is no threat, and England is just like, it's a training session for them, and that's what's sad. They're not really taking it as they're competing with someone very serious, to be honest with you. We're getting close to the half an hour mark. Nothing is happening. Oh my days. Right. Oh man. Albania came in. Oof. Nearly had a chance. Right. We're literally in the 30th minute, so we're half an hour in. England's on the attack. Harry Kane plays it back to Kwanzaa. Harry Kane, Kwanzaa plays it left to Wharton. Wharton now to Dan Burn. Dan Burn switches it back towards Kwanzaa. Jude Bellingham, loses the ball again. I told you guys, Jude Bellingham is having an absolute mare these last two games for England, and that just and it's embarrassing because that means it was right for Thomas Tuchel not to pick him in the previous squads. He's just not in form. He's just not his regular self. He's just not the Jude Bellingham that we know that does so fantastic for Real Madrid, that did so fantastic for England for so many years. And don't forget, he's so young. He's like 21, 22, whatever he is. Albania on the attack now, running at into the box. Stones has to come there from and take it away from Uzuni's feet to make sure that they don't score, and it gives Albania a corner. Right, we're past the half an hour mark. We're 31 minutes in, guys, and it's a corner for Albania. And this is the problem, that English people, they lose faith in their own nation, or England fans, I should say. They lose faith because of things like this. They're just not convincing enough against the minor nations. They're not, and that's again no disrespect to Albania or Serbia or Latvia or Lithuania or any of those kind of teams, but realistically, guys, you're just not on the level England's on. But the fact that you're able to hold them for so long without them scoring, it's just so embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. It's not a good look for England, especially not on the type of level of players they have. Albania with the ball, just passing it around the pitch. Got England on the back foot. England's not really doing much. They're not getting the ball off them. Oh, there you go. Finally, Declan Rice manages to get the ball. Plays Eze, who plays O'Reilly. Bellingham now. Let's see if he loses the ball again. Bellingham. Dan Burn. You know, if I was, if I had to choose a formation for England, I'd probably play. Sorry, I was just watching England. Jared Bowen again going to the byline trying to cross it. None of his crosses are coming in. Like, none of them are. Here we go, England again. Harry Kane loses the ball, but the ref says foul, gives England a free kick about 30, 35 yards out. I doubt it'll be a direct free kick that anyone takes. Probably going to be a cross into the box. But yeah, if I was, well, I don't want to say if I was England manager, but if I was to choose a setup for England, I'd probably play 4-2-4-1. Sorry, I meant 4-1-4-1. I said 4-2-4-1. 4-1-4-1. But one second, let me just see this free kick quickly before we talk about this again. So now Declan Rice on the free kick, definitely going to cross it in. On a sixpence for Dan Burn, but he heads it back and then straight towards the Albanian player who takes it out of the box. And now lobs it forward. Or maybe not. Goes back to his keeper. Nope. Still holds up the ball. Now he lobs it forward. Yeah, 4-1-4-1, guys. Sorry, that'll probably be a better formation for England. My four at the back would probably be Lewis Skelly, Gahey, Konsa, and Reece James. Or I'd swap Lewis Skelly with O'Reilly. So Lewis Skelly or O'Reilly, either one, whoever's in better form, I'd put them at left on the left hand side. In between them or Reece James, I'd have definitely my combination of the two. Pardon me, central defenders will always be Gahey and Konsa. I think they're the best partnership for England. And like I said, Lewis Skelly and Reese on either side, or instead of Lewis Skelly, O'Reilly. So O'Reilly and Lewis Skelly, definitely both of them. I'll swap them around on left back because they're both doing an excellent job there. Reese James is the only real right back that I'd say will hold cement that place for himself. So that's the back four for me. In front of them, I would probably play Anderson. So I'd play Anderson in front of the back four. Albania on the attack. Albania and England box. On the left hand side. Cross comes in. Oh, and it goes straight to Eze. Nobody shoots. It went straight past two Albanian players that could have put a foot out and scored. But it went to Eze, who played it out now. Bellingham. Harry Kane holding it up. Playing it back to Bellingham. England on attack now. Bellingham plays it to the side to Jared Bowen on the right hand side. Shoots. Oh, and the keeper has to make a save. This is the first real clear-cut chance for England. Bellingham, Harry Kane, Jared Bowen. Clearly, Jared Bowen could have made one more pass, but he wanted to take a shot to get the glory. He could have played in Eze. He didn't. Eze did initially start by taking the ball out of the box and starting this whole attack. Ran forward to try and end it, but the ball didn't come in from Jared Bowen, who took a shot. And it was saved by the goalkeeper, so it's definitely a corner for England. So let's see what happens. But Wharton on the corner again. Not sure why Declan Rice is not taking it. Maybe because it's that side. Saka usually takes it from that side. But anyway. That was the first real clear-cut chance for England. Here we go. Corner comes in. Header! Ooh! Who was that? Kwanzaa? Yes, it was Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa headed the ball, but straight at the goalkeeper. He was trying to aim it to the bottom right corner, but it was a little bit too close to the keeper, who saved it immediately. Now I forgot what was I talking about before that? Oh yeah, my formation. So that was my back four, and Anderson in front of them. Then in midfield, I'd have Eze on the left, Saka on the right, and then I'd have Declan Rice in between them, and then Grealish also in between them, but a little bit ahead of Declan Rice, like a little bit in front of Declan Rice, and then Harry Kane up front. I think that team would strike fear into people's hearts if they play that team and win a few friendlies against the big nations. I think they'll go into the World Cup with people fearing England, especially when you have players like Foden on the bench still to come on. Others as well. That are incredible players. Wharton picking up a yellow card. His first real start for England. Oh, he got the ball really, but it took some of the man as well. But yeah, so I think 4-1-4-1 or 4-1-3-1-1. I wouldn't even say 3-2, but 3-1 because I want to play someone right behind Harry Kane to feed him. That's what I said, Jack Grealish. Right behind Jack Grealish will be Declan Rice, and then you have Saka, Eze on either side. Then behind them, Anderson, and then behind Anderson, the back four of Lewis Skelly, Gahey, Konsa, and Reece James. I think that is an incredible team. And by the way, you have, you play that team, you still have Foden on the bench, Bellingham on the bench. Who else? You got some ridiculous names still on the bench that can come on for England. Anthony Gordon and who else? So many other players. So, and you can kind of interchange. Like I'll swap out Jack Grealish for a Bellingham for sometimes, or a Bellingham for a Declan Rice. I don't necessarily have to play them always together, just because they're the best players. Look what England used to do with the Lampard and Gerrard situation. Nobody knew how to play them together. Really and truly, they should have had them both in midfield and then Scholes behind them. But Scholes retired early because nobody was really figuring out how to use England to his best abilities. Everyone still calls that the golden generation. I feel like it's a bit harsh on this generation to call that one golden, because this generation has done much better than that generation. They've gotten to 2 finals and a semi-final. So um, that quote unquote golden generation never got past the quarterfinals. And you can blame that on managers, you can blame that on whatever, but here come Albania with an attack in the England box on the left-hand side. Try to cross it, gets deflected by Kwanzaa. It's a corner for Albania. Man like Hookah. Is it Hookah or Hookah? About 5 minutes away from a half-time, guys. And to be honest with you, it's been a bit of a rubbish game. Sad. Albanians had 3 corners. England's had 3 corners. Now let's see if Henderson's going to get tested. I think Nick Pope is a much better goalkeeper than Henderson. I'm surprised why they've picked Henderson and not Nick Pope. I really like Nick Pope. I think Nick Pope is actually a fantastic goalkeeper, and I feel like he might be England's future rather than Pickford and Henderson and Trafford and all of them. I think Nick Pope is excellent. Is he English? Actually, I'm pretty sure he's English, isn't he? Am I bugging out? I'm gonna have to check that in half time. I remember hearing a call once on Talksport. Where this Scottish guy called up and said how Antiniemi should play as Scotland's goalkeeper. And then the guy, the presenter on the radio show, I forgot who it was, but the presenter said, "What, Antiniemi?" He said, "Yeah." He said, he's not Scottish." And I said, "What do you mean he's not Scottish?" He said to me, "He's Finnish." And the guy goes to him, "No, he's not finished. He's only this much old." He's like, "He's not finished. He's Finnish from Finland." That was one of the funniest calls I've ever heard. And he goes, "Oh, he's not Scottish." Yeah, no, he's not Scottish. Guys, go back onto Talksport. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere. That is one of the funniest. That's why I just remembered that when I said it's. I'm pretty sure Nick Pope's English. Let me just double check. In case he turns out to be Irish or Scottish, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, England. There we go. Thank God for that. I wasn't wrong. And Nick Pope is an English goalkeeper. Just in case, because sometimes they're English, but they've got some Irish heritage or Welsh heritage or Scottish heritage, and they end up playing for those nations instead of England. Like Declan Rice and Jack Grealish nearly played for Ireland. Eventually ended up playing for England, obviously. Thank God for that. But hopefully one day we do see a great Ireland team that does play excellent in the World Cup and reaches. Oh, Jared Bowen just went through 2 players and places it to Harry Kane. Jared Bowen just outside the box. Declan Rice now. Players coming back now, defending. Wharton. Oh, what was that? Offside? What the hell just happened? It was a free kick for England. I'm so confused. The ref just blew the whistle. No, it looks like it's offside because the ball goes back to the. Oh yeah, Declan Rice was offside. Not really though. It was on the line. See, without VAR, a lot of these decisions will change. See, Jed Spence and Saka sitting next to each other. They will be facing each other in next weekend's game. I'm pretty sure of it. Because Jed Spence is left back and isn't he? And obviously Saka's on the right wing. Pretty sure Jed Spence left back, isn't he? Albania. England get it back quickly. Jared Bowen, Bellingham 1-2, and Wharton loses the ball, gives it back to Albania. O'Reilly now tries to press. The press from England is really, really good, but I have a feeling Thomas Tuchel just told them, "Listen, guys, just take it easy. Don't worry about nothing. They're not a real challenge. We've already qualified. Obviously, we don't want to lose the game. Try not to concede, but take it easy. Don't go all out." That's what I'm thinking, because that's what I see. It's again England with the handbrake on. But here comes Eze. Eberici Eze. Why are you not playing it? Play the damn ball. He runs so much, he loses the ball. Like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. Right, England get the ball back. Ball gets switched over to the other side to Jared Bowen. Bellingham on an overlap. Doesn't play him. He plays Kwanzaa. No, Bellingham now. Plays Bellingham. Kwanzaa. Bellingham. Wharton. Stop. Oh, referee. Come on now. It's like they're targeting Bellingham and just keep on throwing him down. Dan Burn. Bellingham. Jared Bowen. Kwanzaa. Bellingham. O'Reilly. Ball goes all the way back. Right, with 1 minute extra time, doesn't look like anyone's going to score. Looks like, yeah, the referee has blown the whistle. Right, guys, so it's a really dead game. I'll be honest with you. Might as well have not done the watch along, but, you know, we love England, so we will do it. But it's not a good game, guys. I'll be honest with you. It's quite boring. It's England with the handbrakes on again. Not really doing nothing. Not challenging the Albanian back four. Not working the keeper too much. Albania are also not doing that to England. They've had one shot, and that shot went over the crossbar. Didn't hit the target. England did have a great chance with Eze, and another one with I believe it was Declan Rice. Didn't get through to him though, as you wanted it. But my point is. My point is that England in these kind of games, this is the perfect game to try and strike fear in the rest of the world. This is the type of game you play to dominate, to win 3, 4, 5-0, to show the world that we mean business. Instead, England is just, playing with the handbrake on, not doing much, not even entertaining their fans. So it is what it is, guys. Anyway, we're going to take a little break. It's half time. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea and I shall be back. Don't go anywhere, guys. I hope to see you soon. We're just taking a 5-minute, 6-minute break and we'll be back, guys. So stay here, stay locked on. We'll be back for the second half. Let's go. Boom! We're back, people. Game about to kick off again, so perfect timing. Ooh, let me just sort my camera was messed up a bit. Right, that's a bit better, I presume, guys. Yeah, feel me? Good. Right, because the game's about to kick off again. Players are out there. Right, it's 0-0 still. England not having the best games. Right, it's kicked off. Albania, no. England, no. Not good. Not good at all from England. I expected more from them. I expected them to dominate. They are dominating play in a sense, but I meant dominating as in just, putting Albania to the sword and scoring 4 or 5 goals. That's what I was hoping for. Not because I'm desperate to see goals. No, because I want England to strike fear in everyone's hearts before the World Cup start. Because we were talking about that before half time. So let's see if the second half they can do it. I didn't see any changes. Let me see if they made any changes, actually. Right. Nope, England has made no changes yet. I will just go for the... Oh, here comes... Declan Rice gets fouled outside the box, but the ref says no foul. Carry on. Albania ball. Strange. Right, so the lineups for England and Albania, England. So Albania playing 4-3-3. So they got Strakoja in goal. Then their back four looks like... one of them has changed. Okay, so Albania has made a change. Albania on the attack now from the right-hand side. Oh, that's the new play that's coming. Ooh, back heel, nearly scored. Unlucky, Anderson picks it up. So, yes, Ivan Balu, the number 2, the one I was just talking about now, who crossed the ball in, he's coming for Hisaj. So, Balu comes in for Hisaj, then Ismajili, Jimitsiti, Aliji, and Aliji, But that's not how it's spelled. Ali, and then J-I, so Aliji. Anyway, that's their back four. Then they got Lacey, Aslani, and Ramadani in midfield. And then up front, they've got Bajrami, Uzuni, and Hoksha. That's the Albania lineup. Sorry, I'm watching the game as I'm reading the lineups. England are playing... Oh, England has switched their formation now to 4-3-3. They were playing 4-2... 3-1, I believe, but they've moved now to 4-3-3. So O'Reilly at left back, John Stones, Kwanzaa, and Byrne. Then in midfield, you got Declan Rice, Adam Wharton, and Jude Bellingham. Then in front of them, they got Jared Bowen, Harry Kane, and Eberici Eze. That's the line. So no changes. But I just wanted to show you England's bench quickly, or read it out for you. So they got Pickford, who's England's number 1 on the bench. Reece James, who's England's number 1 right back on the bench. Trevor Chalobah, backup player. Bukayo Saka, who's England's number 1 right winger. Jordan Henderson, who's a backup as an experienced player. Marcus Rashford, who's probably maybe not number 1, but he should be up there. Remember the team I picked? You'd have Marcus Rashford, Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, all of them on the bench still. But anyway, so Marcus Rashford, Jed Spence, Morgan Rogers, also on the bench, Phil Foden, Elliot Anderson, James Trafford, and Alex Scott. So that's what I mean, guys. Even the bench now, this bench, where some of the players probably wouldn't even be taken to the World Cup. But even this bench, when you read it out, that team in itself could play Albania and beat them as well. So that's what I was saying about England having 2 to 3 teams available, that some of the teams that won't be playing could play against the smaller nations. But they should be dominating as well. Albania with a shot! Whoa! Henderson had to make a great save. Everyone coming up to him. That was Albania's real chance for a goal. I didn't see who it was, but someone took a shot from outside the box. Who is that? 1 second. Let me have a look. Who is that? Number 21. Hoksha. Hoksha with a Hoksha shot, and Henderson had to dive for it to save it. Anyway, Albania corner. They take it quickly. They've obviously practiced this in training. Hasn't come off well. Cross comes in. Cleared by Declan Rice. Goes all the way out. Eberici Eze chasing it. So no changes for England. 1 change for Albania. So far, still 0-0. Pardon me. 6. Right, England with the ball, just playing out the back. This playing out the back thing is really getting on my nerves now. I'm all for it when you do it like a couple of times in the game, a few times in the game, or when it's deemed to be the right thing to do. But to constantly just have the ball in the back four is just such boring football, man. It's just such bad football as well. When you have the players, the right players to do that, it looks really good. But to do that all the time against every team, every time, it's just too much, man. It's really too. I don't like it when Arsenal do it as well. You'll see I have a video about it where I talk about it. It's just like for a 15 minutes, you're literally like if I was to be a commentator, for example, right? When I do some of these Arsenal games for like a good 10, 15 minutes, all you hear me say is Saliba, Gabriel, Gabriel, Saliba, Saliba, Timber, Timber, Gabriel, Gabriel, Calafiori, Calafiori, Saliba, Saliba. For a good 10, 15 minutes, guys, it's like, come on, man. I'm not, here just to see the defenders play it sideways to each other. Come on, man. Which a lot of teams and a lot of nations have adopted that style of play as well. It's severely frustrating, guys. Severely frustrating. Right, so far 3 attempts on target for Albania, 3 for England. I thought England would have had more by now, but it looks like they don't. Sorry, guys, my phone's bugging. Albania with the ball now, but they lose it too easily. That's the good thing with England, that they press so quick and so hard that they don't allow other teams with the ball for long. They want to keep possession more. They want to maintain possession. They want to make sure that the possession stats for them is much higher than our opposition team. The problem is that what are you doing with the possession? Again, it's this side passing that they do right next to each other that is so frustrating, man. Right, here we go. Here we go. Kwanzaa tried to cross the ball in, run at the byline, couldn't. Jared Bowen was covering him, but here we go. Jude Bellingham. Eberici Eze, just outside the box on the left-hand side. Has to go back now towards O'Reilly. O'Reilly's at the ball now. Plays it right to Dan Burn. who plays it to Stones. Stones now crosses it into the box, lobs it into the box. Eze chests it down. So got the ball inside the box, crosses it in. Albania clear it only as far as Jared Bowen, who couldn't get it under control, and Albania get the ball back, and it's a foul anyway. Free kick for Albania in the box. Tis what it is. Great piece of play from England, though. Great ball from John Stones to find Eberici Eze, who then crossed it. Jared Bowen couldn't control it, couldn't get it out of his feet quick enough. It was a handball from him. The ref blew the whistle. It's a free kick for Albania. I wonder what minute. I wonder what minute Thomas Tuchel's going to make changes, because a lot of players are warming up. Saka's warming up. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Rogers is warming up. Jet Spence warming up. Foden warming up. A lot of players. I wonder if he's going to wait to the 60th, 65th, or 70th minute. Like I said again, guys, I must say this is a severely boring game. This is a game, yeah. I mean, for the football purists, I mean, I do consider myself a football purist, to be honest with you. But for the football purists, this is purely to see what level each player is at and how. Oh, great pass from Jude Bellingham to Ebery Jesse. Ooh, who went for the um, narrow post, the left hand side post, where the angle was much narrower. Instead of going for the far post, he tried to shoot at the near post. Keeper had it covered. Corner for England. That was a great ball by Bellingham to find Eberici Eze, though. Here we go. That's a bit better. That's what I mean. There's a lot of that kind of stuff lacking from this game. A lot of these finesse passing, these great passes, the techers, the Wharton. That ball's not on the line, mate. Anyway, short corner from Wharton to Eze. Eze back to Wharton. Crosses it in. Jude Bellingham. Ooh, tried to head it backwards, but the keeper gets it. Unlucky Jude. Now the ball gets thrown to Albania from the goalkeeper. One player, one-on-one with O'Reilly, but O'Reilly's got him in his pocket. Eberici Eze comes to help. Now the rest of the team is back. And there we go. Oh, someone's dropped. Jude Bellingham has dropped. Look like he's got a pain somewhere. Albania's player tries to get him up. Tells him, bro, get up, get up. He doesn't want to get up. Guess Albania don't want to waste time. It was a coming together, a clash between the two players. I guess Bellingham's got the worst of it, still down. But as I was saying, this is a severely dull game, guys. Honestly, severely dull. It's good for England because they got nothing to prove, really. They don't really care. They've qualified. It's more so Albania that needs to qualify. But I'm going to say this one more time. If England are going to play like this, or how they played against Serbia, or how they played against Latvia, for example, or how they played against Andorra, for example, um, although some of those games they've won, I'm telling you guys, and I'm telling you, and I'm telling you again, England will not win anything playing like this. Hopefully, this is a tactic by Thomas Tuchel. Maybe he's downplaying the strength that England have, and he wants to show it more on the World Cup stage. I think the opposite. I think that they should be putting all these teams to the sword to put fear into other nations' heart when they play England. Like I said in the first half, other nations look at England and say, yeah, they got great players, but when they come together, they're a bunch of kittens. They're not tigers or lions. They're not a pride of lions. They call themselves the Three Lions, but are England really a tribe of lions or a pack of lions? They're more like kittens. I mean, that's how the rest of that's not what I think. That's how the rest of the world sees all the big nations. They'll be like, yeah, yeah, they got great players, Bellingham and Rice and blah 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 blah. But no good, England, no good. That's what you hear from foreign people. No good, no good. England always no good, stinky, smelly, you know. And you want to change that, and the way to change that is by putting these nations, these smaller nations, to the sword. Look, Jude Bellingham, great chance right in front of goal, and it goes over the crossbar. Couldn't even score the first one against Albania. That's what I'm saying, guys. Look at the difference of how Brazil played against Senegal, then go and look at how England played against Senegal. That's the same team, Senegal. And when England played, I don't think Mane was even playing, whereas in Mane played against Brazil. So that was even a more of a difficult Senegal than the Senegal England played. England lost, Brazil won. And that's what I mean. The minute England have a serious or semi-serious test, they end up losing. And then other big nations, they go and beat those teams to show the world. And that's how you strike fear in the world. Like, no one's scared of England. Nobody. Here we go. Saka coming on, Foden coming on. Finally, some changes because they need to make some change. And yes, I know this is not England's first team, but I'm not solely talking about just this game. I'm talking about even when they were in the World Cup, even when they were, like, for example, in the World Cup, who was it against? It was against America. They drew with America 1-1. And then they barely scraped by Iran or something. I don't know. It's just horrible, horrible football and horrible results they get. Like, how you drawing with the USA 1-1? Like, come on, fam. You're not embarrassed of that. You don't say to yourself, like, yo, look at these England fans. Look, I feel sorry for them, man. I really do. They go and support their country everywhere, and then they have to go, like, they can't even get entertained. Look, even if they lose, but are entertained and it was some good football, at least they go away from the game and say, well, you know what? We saw some good football. Like, when I'm looking at these fans now, they just standing there like that, thinking, I came all the way out here to Albania and these players can't put two crosses together. Declan Rice coming off, looks like for Saka, or maybe for who? Foden. That's it. Oh no, Eze coming off for Foden. Oh no, Eze coming off, Foden coming on. Saka's coming on, but what? Declan Rice went off for who? Who's coming on for Declan Rice? So Saka's come on, Foden's come on. I'm confused. So Saka and Foden's come on. Eze and Declan Rice has can't come off. All right. Let's see what's gonna happen now. But it's worrisome. It is really worrisome for England and England fans. That you're not performing to your best ability. You're not performing to what your name carries as a player when you play for your club. Here we go. Albania on the attack. O'Reilly just about gets it. Yeah, the fans, I feel sorry for them, man. They went all the way to Albania and they're not even getting like a good game. Like, they're not even, forget the goals, forget even winning. They're already qualified. So it doesn't really matter if they win or lose. It's more about, bro, I came here, I wanted to see some good football, man. I came all the way out here to Albania to get a bit of entertainment. And I can't even get that. Like, the players don't think about that. That's that Michael Jordan mentality. That's what I call it. I call it the Michael Jordan mentality. When you, every time you play, you want to make sure that the fans are entertained. Because, Michael Jordan used to say, when they used to ask him, like, how does he get the strength or the mentality to perform every single game, no matter what? His response was, because every time I play, I know that there'll be somebody, some young kid, someone else that's come to this game for the first time and wants to see me perform the way they've heard I can perform. Foden, Foden, Foden. Unlucky, I had to play it back to O'Reilly. So that Michael Jordan mentality is what needs to be translated towards. Saka takes a shot. He's just come on the pitch already, mate. Is a threat for England. Um, that Michael Jordan mentality has to try and be translated to these England footballers. That look, man, there'll be fans here for the first time. Maybe not in Albania, but coming to Wembley or wherever, somewhere closer. They want to be entertained. They want to see some good football. They don't want to. Here, England is just playing with fear of losing their position in the England squad and also disappointing the manager. You shouldn't care that much about the manager. Don't get my words twisted and wrong. Yes, the manager's there for you to take advice from and, you know, take your management from, like, as in the tactics and everything behind the football. But when you're on the pitch, it's really down to you. You're the football player. It's your talent. It's your skill. It's your ability. Don't be looking to the sideline to look at the manager to see with what you're doing. You should already know that whether what you're doing is correct or not correct. You're not a 11, 12-year old. You're a big man, professional footballer that plays for a professional club and is now playing for his country, right? So entertain your fans. Let them see some good. This is absolutely ridiculous football. This is crazy. Yes, again, you can say to me, yeah, but this is not England's first choice players or the first team or what. Doesn't matter whether it's the first, second, or third team. They have been chosen to play for their country, meaning they're the top of the top in the league at the moment as an English player. So go out there and entertain and let those young up and coming footballers that have traveled to Albania to watch their country's footballers, entertain them a bit. You don't need to qualify anymore. You've qualified. So what if you lose this game 1-0, 2-0, 3? Doesn't matter. But play. I don't care about the unbeaten record in that World Cup qualifier. It's called the World Cup qualifier. You're just trying to qualify for the World Cup, which you've already done. That's the whole objective. So now the objective is to maintain the fan support by entertaining them a bit. You've got fans that have come all the way to Albania and you're playing dull, ridiculous, obsolete football. It's just not even worth watching, man. And this is why I hear a lot of England fans, they don't bother watching England anymore. Like, oh man, I can't. I swear to you, I talk to English fans all the time. And they've given up hope. They're like, oh man, England's ridiculous. They'll never win nothing. They'll never this. Whereas if they was just being entertained a bit, you would get much more support from all the actual England fans because they won't give up on you. But you play like this, how you're playing today, and I've seen this so many times. They won 2-0 against Andorra, but it was similar play. Whoa! Henderson just came out and made a ridiculous slide tackle, but the ref said he got the ball. It looks like he's broken the Albanian player, but England's carrying on. But yeah, it's just, you know what it is? I'm venting a little bit because I'm severely frustrated. I'm severely frustrated because all I can do is talk about the negatives. There's no positives in this game. Nothing. You can tell me, yeah, but, Wharton's done well. He's come into the England fold. And no, he hasn't. Yeah, he's done well by, being in a team that hasn't conceded, for example. But he hasn't really been tested for me to say that, oh, yeah, he's done all right, mate. O'Reilly's done all right, I can say. Bellingham has had a so-so game. The thing about Bellingham is that he's so brave that doesn't matter what type of game he is, he will always ask for the ball. O'Reilly plays into Harry Kane and Bowen. Saka! Unlucky. Saka and Bowen came together. Saka did eventually take the ball on, but O'Reilly, I just talking about him, and then he just back heel flicks the ball into the box towards Bowen and Saka. Bowen and Saka nearly hitting, like clashing into each other to the point where Saka just took a shot and keeper saves it. Now it looks like it's a free kick for Albania. The linesman's put his flag up. The ref is confused. That was a great tackle by Henderson, though. What a tackle by the goalkeeper, by the English goalkeeper. Timed it very well, got the ball, clean tackle, clean challenge. Right, free kick for Albania now. Harry Kane challenged the player. Yeah, so I'm venting out of frustration because I'm also an England fan and I also want to see them put these type of nations to the sword. And look, no disrespect to Albania. I got enough love for Albania. They're my brothers and sisters. Um, so I got enough love for them. It's just that in footballing terms, they're a much smaller side compared to England. In footballing terms, um, looks like there's a head injury on the pitch for I think it's Ali G. Ali G. Guys, let me know how to say his name. I don't know. Is Aliji? So when I say it, is it Aliji or Aliji? Oh, there's another international friendly coming up. Brazil against Tunisia on Tuesday. You see, look, Brazil is just pumping out these friendlies to test themselves. I wonder if that's going to be at the Emirates again. Anyway, back to what we're doing. Albania's got a free kick. Not the greatest free kick. They tried to bend it around the wall, kind of thing. Not wall, but they tried to bend it around where the players were standing for one of the Albanian players to run behind, but it went straight to an England player and they clear it. Right, England playing out the back again. Right, we're coming 71 minutes, last 20 minutes of this game, last 90 minutes of this game. And I must say, I'm severely disappointed in Thomas Tuchel, severely disappointed in England. He should have taken this as a friendly and said to himself that, yeah, let's go out there as a friendly and just destroy them. Instead, he's giving them hope and he's giving them a chance. O'Reilly's doing it. O'Reilly. Oh my God, what a player! Oh my God, unlucky. He lost the ball just outside the box, but he grabbed it from halfway up the pitch and just went past one player, two player, just, dribbled it like he's a left back and he dribbled like he's a midfielder. That was excellent play from O'Reilly. I do like O'Reilly. I do think he's a great future prospect. He's a great left back. I do love Miles Lewis Skelly. A little bit more, obviously, the Arsenal connection, but two different types of players, but both could possibly also fill in a gap in midfield. England corner. Bellingham tried to play him from behind. A great ball came in from Stones, I believe it was. Here we go. Some more changes. Rashford coming on. Anderson coming on. Surely some more changes will be good for England. I did say around the 65th and 70th minute they'll make changes. Saka's going to go take the corner now. So they're equal in corners. So the stats are going to be very equal, to be honest with you. Other than probably possession and shots taken. Shots on target is about the same. Corners about the same. The scoreline's the same. That's the main stat that counts anyway. Here we go. Bukayo Saka takes the corner. 1-0 England. I don't know how that crept in, but Kane. Well done again from a set piece. Finally, something to cheer about for the England fans. Come on, here we go. England score. England. Harry Kane. You know where's KA? Does he play? NO. Can he get goals? And of course he can. Right, Harry Kane on the score sheet for England, finally breaking the deadlock. So corner comes in from Bukayo Saka. Albanian player heads it backwards. Keeper tries to save it. Harry Kane right there like a poacher just taps it in. It's 1-0 England. When it first happened, I was confused. I thought it was an own goal from the keeper. I thought it was like the that goal in the Champions League where the ball came in and the goalkeeper tried to save it and then just pushed it towards the goal. The goalkeeper is claiming that he got fouled by Harry Kane, but you know, Bowen's coming out, coming off now. Marcus Rashford's coming in. Wharton's coming off Anderson. So Anderson and Wharton is a like for like. Bowen, Rashford, it's not really like for like. Similar positions, but I feel like Rashford's a bit more in form. Slightly better player. Badrami for Albania came off and Borja came on. Right, so. Oh, here we go. Bellingham showing some tactics to suck on a sticky note that he had on his hand. I've never seen that before. My man went like that to Saka and he had a sticky note in his hand and he's telling him, yeah, read that. That's mad. Anyway, finally, deadlock broken. Looks like England's on the way to another win. It looks like they're going to finish off these qualifiers with a 100% record, no losses. I hope after this they're going to pick some more tougher friendlies to play to really test themselves because, again, no disrespect to all these nations that were in the England group, but none of them was a real test for England. But I hope for Albania that they somehow can qualify for the World Cup as well. I'd love to see Albania in the World Cup. They'll enjoy it as well. Their fans will. Just a lot of Albanians in America as well, so they'll enjoy it. Right, Marcus Rashford now on the left-hand side, coming inwards. About to cross it. No, comes back out. Now crosses on his left foot. Way too hard, way too far. All the way out for an Albania throw-in on the other side of the pitch. Here we go. They're just showing a clip of Bellingham showing Saka a sticky note where they're talking to each other. That's funny. I must say that is so funny. He's like, yo, bro, don't cheat. Here's some homework answers. Oh, Saka! Plays it. Oh, Albania just about clear it. Saka nearly got a goal for England. He played it back in when he couldn't shoot. I think he was looking for Foden, but the Albania player just about cleared it. England still with the ball now. See how a few changes make such a big difference. How England are playing now. How many chances they're creating. Anderson's distribution is much better than Wharton. Jude Bellingham is playing much better now. Saka on the pitch as well, creating more threat. You see, this is the thing. People are going to come and turn around and say to me, you see, look, when the real first team players come, it's a big difference. Yeah, but bro, that's not my point. I know this. My point is play your strongest first team from the beginning to put these teams to the sword. To strike fear in the heart of the other nations so that they be like, yeah, because they're not going to care about whether your second team or third team can do well against Albania. You want to be playing your best 11, your strongest 11, and then beating them 2, 3, 4-0, 5-0. Bro, you can't be going away to Albania playing a second string team, yeah, where some of the players are not even in their top form, and then getting away with a 1-0 win. If you lot are satisfied by that, if you lot are the type of fans that are happy with that, then I don't know what to tell you, mate. That means, look, at the end of the day, if you're satisfied with that, you're satisfied. I got higher standards. I don't have low standards like that. I've got high standards where I want England to be like Brazil, like France, like Spain, like Germany. They don't dilly-dally. They don't play around, bro. Any match they play, they put out their strongest team, unless it's a certain situation where it's a friendly, it's very unnecessarily, it's not unnecessary. They don't want to risk getting players injured. Yeah, maybe. But in a qualifier, whatever, England now in friendlies, they need to put any team that is well below them in rankings, they got to be beating them by 2 to 3 goals. Every game. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care because read the names of the players that England have. Then go read the names of the players Albania have. You're telling me they should be able to hold England to a 0-0 or a 0-1 game? If you believe that Bellingham just picked up a yellow card, if you believe that, then you have such low standards. It's unbelievable. England should be dominating all. The only threat that England should be facing is the big nations. That's it. The Spains, the Germanys, the Brazils, the Argentinas, those kind of teams there should be, maybe the Portugals, maybe some of the African countries. Morocco is really, really good. You know, only those teams should really be testing England. Nobody else. Everyone else should be getting brushed, man. They should be getting whitewashed. Should be 3-0 in the first half. I'm starting to repeat myself, but this is genuinely what I believe, man. Because I've got high standards for England like that. I don't have low standards for. I've got high standards for Arsenal. I've got high standards for England. Right. We're in the 80th minute. 10 minutes left, guys, plus injury time. Although England finally broken the deadlock and Harry Kane scored, I still think this is an absolutely ridiculous game. I feel like they have not done themselves just. I feel sorry for the away fans, the England away fans. Yeah, they got a goal to cheer for, but to go all the way there and see the type of football that was played in the first half and the beginning of the second half is criminal. It's atrocious. It's so unfair on them that England players should be getting told off, even if they win. They should be getting hammered for the way that they played. And O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly done very well this game. Bellingham got much better throughout the game. Bellingham, because he's one of my favorite players, I'd never say something too bad about him, but he did have a bit of a mare in the first half. He started slowly getting better through the game. Second half, he's done much better, I must say. Rashford now on the left-hand side with the ball. Crosses it in. Back post. Harry Kane again. 2-0 England. Now, that is some better football. Here we go. That is some excellent football just now. That was absolutely incredible. And this is what I'm talking about. You see, this is what England should have been doing throughout the whole game. Like, why start around the 60th, 70th minute? Why leave it so late? Why not start from the beginning? And then once you're 2, 3, 4-0 up, then change all the players. Take off all the big boys, put on the youngsters, let them go and see the game out. But don't play with the youngsters or the second team in the beginning. And then Marcus Rashford for that assist. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was a great piece of play by England. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. They waited for 80-something minutes before they started playing like this. Oh, not really. They waited till the 65th, 70 minutes. When the changes came in, that's when the play started getting better and the game started getting better. But absolutely wonderful. Marcus Rashford again for the assist and Harry Kane with his brace. Let's hope Harry Kane can get a hat-trick. You see, when Harry Kane's on this form, yeah, play him all 90 minutes. When he's not and he has no influence in the game, I feel like he should be taken off maybe half-time, 50 minutes, 60 minutes in. But when he's in this form or this kind of form, now put him on. Looks like Bellingham is coming off. Like I said, first half wasn't his greatest half in the England shirt. Second half improved. You know, he had a major impact. But the thing is, as well, with Bellingham, you must say he doesn't shy away. He's so brave. He wants to get every single ball. He wants to fight for everything. He wants everything to go through him. A lot of players are not like that. A lot of players, they hide away or they try and hide on the pitch or walk away from the ball and not get the ball. Not Jude Bellingham. But Jude Bellingham's come off and Morgan Rogers come on. I really like Morgan Rogers, Aston Villa player. Absolutely fantastic. It's a like for like, really. Jude Bellingham is the better player, but they both play the number 10 role very well. It's good that he gets an extra 7-8 minutes to run now on the pitch. But England have wrapped this basically up. I want them to score one more goal for the fans, just to make it more justifiable, the fact that they came all the way out there. But you see how different the game became once the actual players, the first team players, came onto the pitch. The likes of Saka, the likes of Foden, the likes of Rashford. Foden now in the box. Couldn't get the ball out of his feet. Plays Rashford. Rashford now on the left-hand side. He's got Foden right next to him. He plays him. Who plays it back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly now. Is he going to shoot? No. Plays it sideways to Anderson. Anderson looks for Saka, but that ball was so terrible. He played it straight out for a goal kick. Saka does thank him for trying to get it to him, but even Anderson, a huge difference compared to Wharton. Although I like Wharton and I think he does great for Crystal Palace, he is not ready to play the way Anderson is playing for England. Anderson's really proven himself to be a key player for England in that role. You know what would have been good? If Ancelotti was managing England. Whew. My God. I wonder if they ever try to wait and hold out to see if Ancelotti leaves Real Madrid and get him to manage England. Because look, he's left Real Madrid to go manage Brazil. You're telling me FA couldn't get Ancelotti? Ancelotti would have got England to win something. I guarantee you that. Ancelotti would have got England to win something. That's a genuine belief. I really believe that. I think Ancelotti's, I know everyone says Pep Guardiola, and he probably is Pep Guardiola at the moment, the best manager in the world. But Ancelotti, he's done it at so many different places, man. Doesn't matter where he goes, he manages to find ways to win silverware. Right, we've got about 5-6 minutes left, including injury time. Hopefully, England can get another goal. The game's wrapped up. Albania's done and dusted in this game. Should have come much sooner, to be honest. They took a long time to get the rhythm going and, to break the deadlock. Eventually, they did. And, like in London, when one bus takes long, all of a sudden, two come at the same time. So we waited a long time for the first goal. It didn't come. And then all of a sudden, two come at the same time. Here comes Marcus Rashford. O'Reilly. Anderson. Rashford on the left-hand side, all the way by the sideline now. Plays it back to Anderson, who plays it to Dan Burn, who plays it to Stones. Anderson, Morgan Rogers, gets fouled. Ref says no. Albania plays on. Morgan Rogers gets up quickly. Albania still with the ball on the left-hand side. The whole of the England team is back. Saka defends, gets the ball back, and England's back in possession. See, that's the good thing about England as well. When they lose the ball, they press very hard and very fast to make sure they get the ball back so that they don't give the opposition time to play. Foden, Rashford now. O'Reilly, Rashford. Foden with acres of space. Plays it all the way to Saka on the right-hand side. Saka now. Saka. Doesn't cross it in. Plays it. Anderson now. O'Reilly just outside the box. Kane loses the ball, but England get it back. Anderson. John Stone. Anderson again. Morgan Rogers. They lose the ball. Albania with the ball now. Albania play out quickly. Unlucky. That was a great play by Albania. They just couldn't get that final ball through. England's holding them up on the halfway line. They can't get further than the halfway line. Now they do. On the left-hand side, Albania now bombing down the left-hand side. Albania's claiming a foul. The referee says no, but he does stop the game. He initially carried on the game and let England get the ball and play, but he pulled a muscle. That's why the ref says no. So it wasn't really a foul, but I think the player held his hamstring, felt his hamstring go, and then he slipped and fell and he's in serious pain. Even the England players are looking at him and feeling sorry for him. It's a terrible one, the hamstring to get injured. He's in a lot of pain. Yeah, he's in a lot of pain. He's in a lot of discomfort. Looks like his muscle crammed up and it just pulled. I mean, I had a pulled muscle not too long ago, my calf muscle when I was playing football. It's not nice. You feel and hear like a balloon. Well, that was me anyway. Like I was running, tracking back, and then when the ball went out and I stopped, I thought somebody threw something at my leg. But then I felt like not I heard and felt at the same time that like as in the balloon popped or something, but I felt it inside me and I heard it. It was very loud. I couldn't believe it. And then it was very, very painful. I couldn't put no pressure on my leg. I couldn't step on it. I had to be carried off the pitch. It looks like this player is the same thing. He's in that kind of pain. Um, but it's his hamstring instead of his calf. Right, 5 minutes injury time. Cinq minutes injury. 5 minutes injury. Hey, Mambo! Mambo Italiano! Go, go, go! Right, we're in injury time now. Not long left, guys. Oh, he's getting stretchered off. Yeah, he's in serious pain. Yeah, he can't even walk. I'm not gonna lie to you, I got carried off the pitch as well. Not on a stretcher. I had to put my arm around two players' shoulders. Bless them. One of them, my gaffer. And then one of my defenders. They helped me up and took me off, and I had to ice my leg ASAP. Anyway, player getting stretchered off. Sorry, guys. I do apologize. Been working all week. I'm severely tired. So we've already gone through like a minute and a half of injury time. I don't know if the referee is going to add that. But anyway, the game's restarted again. England starting from the back. Foden on the ball now. You know, although Dan Burn and John Stone did do all right in the centre back for England, I just don't think they'll be able to hack it against the bigger nations. I think Gahey and Konsa, or Gahey Konsa, Gahey Stones, or Gahey Burn should be the partnership. So Gahey should always be first choice. And for me, the back four that should play really, yeah. Oh, here comes Foden. Plays to the left hand side to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford now comes inside the box. Plays a nice little cute ball to Foden. Has to come out. Plays it back to Rashford. Rashford goes out wider. Now comes back inside. Plays it to Anderson. Stones. Kwanzaa. Anderson now. O'Reilly now. Anderson. Plays the ball to Marcus Rashford in the box. Crosses it in. Harry Kane for the hat-trick. Can't get it out of his feet. Oh, and he takes a shot just wide. England claim for a corner. Does the referee give it to him? Harry Kane nearly got his hat-trick. Got the ball from Marcus Rashford right in front of the goal. It is a corner. It did get deflected. Couldn't get it out of his feet quick enough. Did get a shot on. Got deflected by the Albanian player. Corner England. Oh no, throw in. Must have not gone all the way out then. Right. Foden. Marcus Rashford again. What a difference these two made. Marcus Rashford takes a shot. Ooh. Just wide of the right post. Marcus Rashford made a huge impact on England coming on. Sensu90 says, "Come on, England, let's make it 3-0 in the last minutes." I doubt it. That would have been the chance just now with Harry Kane and Rashford. They didn't do it. Looks like this game is going to end Albania no, England 2. All the substitutes for England have come on and made a huge difference in the game, had a huge impact on the game, especially Foden, especially Rashford, Anderson as well. There's a huge difference between Anderson and Wharton. I'll be honest with you, and I have been saying that a lot of people have been calling for Wharton to come and play for England. I hope they now realize that Anderson is the key to this team in that position. I think him as a holding midfielder, he's the best England have at the moment. Foden tried to run at the Albania defense, but he loses it. Still pressing though. Bags of energy. Forces Albania to play it out wide. Bad pass and give England a throw in. Looks like Marcus Rashford might take this throw in. Yeah, quick throw in to O'Reilly. And I think the game should be done now, unless the ref is playing an extra minute because of the injury during injury time. Harry Kane. Anderson to Saka. Saka now. Saka brings it inward towards Harry Kane. Harry Kane to O'Reilly. Foden. Harry Kane shoots wide. Game should be done now, surely. Referee's going to blow the whistle. And there we go. Game is done, guys. Albania no, England 2. Right, if we want to sum up this game was really played in the second half. England did not do that well in the first half. Yeah, they controlled the game. They kept possession. They kept Albania at bay. But to be fair, the team that England played in the first half were not up to scratch, could not hit the target as much as they liked. They didn't create as many chances as they liked. But around the 60th, 65th minute, once Thomas Tuchel made the changes, once Foden came on, Saka came on, Rashford came on, Anderson came on, all of those players had a huge impact for England. They all made a difference. And, that's when the goals started coming in. That's when the real football started. And I'm not sure why Thomas Tuchel does it in this way. I would rather him start with the big boys once they got a couple of goals, 2, 3, 4 goals in the first half, then change it, put the other players on, because that creates a better culture in the squad, because you know that the first team players are going to play, they'll start the game, they'll get the momentum going. Then once they've scored 1 or 2 or 3, then the other team has to come out and play to try and at least get something back. And that gives the chance to the other players that you then put on, the more inexperienced players that started this game, for example, the Whartons and who else? The Dan Burns and the Kwanzas and, those players, play them after once you've already bagged a couple of goals. Then you put those players in. But Thomas Tuchel does it the other way around. He wants to start with the second string players in this game, and then later on he put the first team players on. And when he put the first team players on, you can see a huge difference. The impact, they go, yeah, obviously fresh legs. The other legs are tired, but doesn't make a difference, because those players, when the first whistle blew, also had fresh legs and still didn't manage to do anything. So I don't buy that excuse, to be honest with you guys, about the fresh leg situation. I'm just saying the tactics were not good, or they weren't at its best today. I think the tactics should have been slightly different against this Albania team. What else? So there's nothing much to say about this game. The goals came very late. Harry Kane brace. He could have got his hat trick in the last minute. Could have gotten a third goal. Didn't get it. But it's about right. The scoreline is about right for what this game is. The first half 0-0. Second half they managed to win 2-0. Pretty straightforward for England. Regular day at the office, I suppose, for them. I still think that it's not good at all. The football was not good. I feel sorry for the fans that had to travel all the way there. I'm not gonna gas it up and be like, oh yeah, England won 2-0, this, that. No, they played terrible, especially in the first half. It took Saka, Rashford, Anderson, and Foden to come on to really make an impact and really show the threat that England carries going forward. Now that the qualifiers are done, I'm hoping England are going to choose better friendlies to play. I've said this so many times. I've got all the videos. You can go have a look at my other videos, and you'll see that I keep saying this when I do watch alongs for England. The level of competition that they're playing against is just not correct. The only real competition they had was Senegal, who then showed that they can beat them and that England are able to get defeated. And that was England playing with a very strong team, and still they lost. I don't think Harry Kane should be England captain. I think Declan Rice should. Me personally, I just don't see Harry Kane as that captain type. I don't know, obviously, behind closed doors or off the pitch, what kind of stuff he does for the team. And maybe, he does a lot similar to what Odegaard does, apparently. But I still think Declan Rice is the better choice for both England and Arsenal. Um, yeah, I want to see better. I want to see better game. I want to see better football from England. I want to see them really test themselves against the bigger nations. They should try, and the FA should try and organize all the next friendlies, or all the friendlies that they get. It should be within the top 10 or top 20 rankings of the world, instead of playing like ranked 50th or ranked 100th or whatever it is. Yeah, and that's it, guys. So we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was thorough with my analysis and opinions. Obviously, I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea because I'd be a mug. Oh, here quickly, England. So obviously, England qualified with 24 points. Albania sits second with 14. Serbia sitting third with 13 points. Latvia fifth, and Andorra. Latvia fourth with 5 points, and Andorra fifth with 1 point. That's pretty much it. That's match day 10. That's everyone, I believe, have played each other, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, everyone's played each other twice now. England's obviously qualified automatically. Played 8, won 8, drawn 0, lost 0. Goals tally 22. Look. See the difference? This is what I'm saying to you guys. England's goal difference, they're 20 goals ahead of Albania, who sit on +2. England sit on +22, guys. So what I'm saying, this is exactly what I'm glad this came up, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. England, compared to the nations that are in their group, in the qualifier group. So they had Albania, Serbia, Latvia, Andorra. None of them come close to England. So none of them was a real test for England. So everybody knew England was going to qualify, which they usually do anyway. They're always in these kind of groups and then they qualify. Now the problem is now the FA must pick friendlies with more stronger teams, with more which would be more of a test for England. If they're gonna keep playing these lesser nations, with no disrespect, I'm not saying this with any disrespect. When I say lesser nations, it's just purely footballing terms I'm talking about. And in footballing terms, yeah, I'm sorry, you're the lesser nations. You're not at the levels and the standards England are, or the England players are. So there's no point, talking nonsense about, no, they're good enough to come. No, they're not. So hopefully the FA chooses to pick better friendlies, and that's it, guys. Let's end the stream there. Well done, England. Another win, another brace for Harry Kane. Well done, congratulations, and I'll see you guys on the weekend for the watch-alongs. Obviously, we're going to do the Arsenal-Tottenham game, and I'm going to do one other game. I will see which one it is. I'll let you know close to the date. I will try and do a Premier League preview show on Thursday, so look out for that. So I might do the podcast, which that combines the weekend preview in it as well. So I'm going to do a podcast on Thursday that combines the weekend preview in it as well. And that's it. I'll see you then. And then obviously on the weekend, we'll do the watch along, guys. So adios, amigos. Hasta mañana. And if you don't support Arsenal, I hope your team loses.